Ravens, Chargers, kickoff here momentarily. We're here live like we do it every 8 p.m. Monday through Friday here on the channel. We're live whenever big news breaks. We're live before games, after games, especially after Monday, Thursday, any Friday game. Like this week, Friday, we'll be live after the Friday game. We're live whenever news breaks. Big news breaks. Lab McConkey shoulder is active for week 12. So those that waited, congratulations on waiting on Lab McConkey. Brock Purdy, news today. Shanahan said Brock Purdy's shoulder got some light work throwing in on Monday. We'll talk about that. Ferguson, we've got CeeDee Lamb conversation. A whole bunch of risky players to talk about that range from McCaffrey to Hill to Lamb to other names. The Fantasy Football Show. Monday Night Football kickoff show, countdown show, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. show begins right now.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios.
It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live!
Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Ladies and gentlemen, my hires for tonight, I'm going to throw one on screen that I think is absolutely fantastic and an easy lock. Part of me wants to say, I like the Henry scores the first touchdown. I do like that. But I think, the easy call is probably going to be this little number right here. Let me throw this up on screen. It's just the simple touchdown Derrick Henry 0.5 over. They don't give you a full 1 times multiplier, but it's still a damn safe call for Henry to get a score in this contest. So I'll drag that one on screen. That's probably my favorite go-to at the moment. But part of me wants to say we could throw a contest together here live in a little bit. But I'm going to say that's the one if you need one that I feel is very, very solid. If you want to throw it in conjunction with another couple picks, maybe there's NBA in there, maybe there's Thursday Night Football that you throw in, because you can do that. Go ahead and do that. And if anybody doesn't know how to tail these picks on Underdog, you just click the link that is in the live chat, the link I'm dropping in the video live chat right now, and I'm going to pin that video this very second. Let's see here. Let me smash this, pin this, there you go. All right. So news isn't really crazy today, just the Lab McConkey news everybody was waiting on. Brock Purdy and Lab McConkey is active, so get him in your lineups. Brock Purdy, shoulders, sore, throwing a little bit right now. I don't know that he's going to be able to play in week number 13. We'll let you know, but obviously a lot on the line because the Niners are 1 game back. The way that West division is in the NFC, it's crazy. It's very tight. Everybody's within 1 game. Ferguson, concussion, was listed as a non-participant in Monday's estimated practice report, but this is his second concussion as of late, and this is not looking good for him. Shoemaker is a great pickup and play at tight end if you need a guy. And CeeDee Lamb back on the injury report like he probably will be for the next consecutive weeks. He's off the injury report, then he comes back on it with the back and the foot. And at some point, you got to think, like Tyreek Hill. And I should have a video up very soon, if not tonight, on either one of Tyreek Hill or both Tyreek Hill and CeeDee Lamb that make this a big, huge avoid. So, depending on the angle you come from, though, vantage point is everything. If somebody's a panic Peter and they have CeeDee Lamb, you try and get them for pennies on the dollar. If someone's got Tyreek Hill and they're absolutely petrified, a petrified Peter, then you go ahead and you potentially try and buy low. But those are totally different scenarios than the in general warning shot right now that Tyreek Hill is probably not coming back. He's just probably not coming back. You'll probably never see the old Tyreek Hill ever again. You probably will never see the old Christian McCaffrey ever again. These are 2 very risky players go forward. Christian McCaffrey is just, not only is his offense struggling, You got Trent Williams injured. You got Bosa injured on the other side of the football. You got Brock Purdy injured. You got the wide receiver room in shambles. The entire team's in shambles. And Christian McCaffrey is dealing with bilateral chronic Achilles tendonitis. Tyreek Hill has a torn ligament in his wrist. And his team doesn't know how to use him. If either that or something else is going on and we're being lied to, which is definitely probably half of the case. But CeeDee Lamb's a huge avoid as well. Unless you can buy him pennies on the dollar from a Panic Peter. Very two different scenarios. Let's hit these 3 super chats because they probably have some ramifications relating to this game. I'm in the building at the SoFi. Wow, that's awesome. Rise above. Send us a photo somehow. Put it on Instagram and tag me, and then I'll repost it. Put like the Fantasy Football Show, whatever, and then tag me as well. Write something and so I can put it on my stories. Like Smitty, I'm in the building over here. Appreciate you, Rise Above, for letting us know about that. This one's from Castillo. It says, have Ingram and Taysom need a wide receiver. Bowers for Sutton and BT. I don't hate that given the QB situation in LV right now. I definitely don't love getting rid of Bowers, but you do have Taysom, you do have Ingram, you do have 2 viable tight end options. Sutton's playing out of his mind. BT, I think, goes on a tear. I'd probably say Smitty approved that trade given you need wide receiver help. Rock out with a $2 hauler, says down 22.6. Got Ladd and Disley Monday Night Miracle. Here we come. Certainly possible, my boy. If each of them score a touchdown, I bet you're getting that number. But is it an easy call? Probably not. All right, so this Derrick Henry call, higher. I like that a lot. Let's go find some other ones. Lamar Jackson, I don't know if I want to mess with that. I like the J.K. Dobbins 47.5 yards higher. I like the Zay Flowers 59.5 higher. If I had to throw, I don't know, you could say a hundo on that to win 420, but you have to get all 3 correct. It's interesting, but the flex play is the one I love doing. The flex play is where you literally get all 3 correct. You get 2.1 times your money on this particular contest. The 2 correct gets you your money back, 2 out of the 3. And I do feel like Derrick Henry higher on the touchdown, JK higher on the 47.5 rushing yards, and Zay Flowers higher on the 59.5. I feel like I'm going to get at least 2 of those to get my money back, but I feel like it's a pretty darn good bet. But maybe I look at adding a 4th player to the mix to get those odds up a little bit more, which is what you tend to do when you want to increase the multiplier, right? So here are the 3 picks that I really like tonight. Can't say that they feel like the locks of the century, but they feel pretty damn good. If anybody needs to have 3, here you go. Here's 3 picks that I like. There we go. And we're on anyway. If anybody pushed those in quickly, nice work. I took 938 from Herbert and Disley. Fingers crossed. All right, here we go. It's time to rock and roll, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see the two family members, the siblings, face off against each other. Here we go. Herbert under center. I assume that's JK in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the right. 44 in motion. Herbert says, back to the left, son. I'm going back out into the gun. Blue 32, back in motion, snap, handoff, little misdirection, does nothing. JK, if that is JK, I think that's JK Dobbins. It might be Gus, but I think it's JK. It is Dobbins. Dobbins goes nowhere. Loss of a yard, maybe. Smitty picks. Thank you, Freedom. Appreciate you. Mashed potatoes. Let's go. Lad over under 11.5. Okay. JK says, feed me. Feed me. Here we go. 3 to the right. Herbert in the gun again. Fake handoff to JK. Throws it to the left side of the field. Is that Ladd? Is that Laddie? That's Laddie McConkey. There you go. Laddie McConkey already picking up a nice amount of yardage there. He's a good route runner. He's a very precise route runner. Very good fit for this organization, I admit. For a while I wasn't sure what to make of Vlad's landing spot, but look, they're doing good with him. They're definitely using him properly, and I love the way Herbert's playing right now. I do feel like Herbert's still held back a little, but is that Gus? I do feel like he's held back a little, but it doesn't, he's still playing really well. I still wish he could have went to Minnesota. I'm not going to lie. I'd love to see JJ catching footballs from Herbert. Herbert's got so much more potential than he's playing right now, too. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. Second down. Hand off to Gus Bus. He gets about 4 or 5 for the first down. First down. How many yards, how many touchdowns does Henry get today? How many touchdowns does Lamar score today? Very curious to know what you guys think. We won't be here too long tonight. You guys know how Monday night and Thursday night shows work. We usually go live right before these games kick off. I try to go live early if I can. Tonight I couldn't go live like early. I had to go live right on time, which put us about 10, 15 minutes ahead of this game starting, or 10 minutes ahead, really. And so I wasn't able to do a big show beforehand. Herbert scrambling, tries to get the first down, but realizes he needs to slide. He has plenty of downs to get this football across that marker, that yard to gain. He says, I'm not going to risk it and get concussed. Smart play by Herbert. He's been struggling with injury the last 2 years anyway. He doesn't need to be getting hit. Herbert needs to protect himself. Henry 2 TDs, 1 each, says Cap. Henry gets 0 TDs. I don't know about that, bro. All right, Herbert in the gun again. Handed it off to, that's got to be JK because he's looking spry, whereas Gus is kind of a plotter. Gus plots it. JK tries to do a little Breece Hall type of running of the football, if you will. Very, very, very shifty guy. Very quick. Got good power. He does play a lot like Breece, I would say, if I had to coin JK style. If JK can stay healthy, he'll maybe do what a lot of Achilles recovering running backs have never done, which is flirt with that top 10, running back potential, which has never been done. There's never been a running back in the history of the NFL that has ever been a top 10 running back after an Achilles tendon tear. And we're talking about running backs. Wide open across the middle of the field. Herbert, nice little laser strike. Disley's looking pretty good. Disley's a pretty nice option, and Herbert's really taken to him. So Disley should continue to play pretty good football. He's always had a nice upside, but got to stay healthy. That's been his crutch. But Herb knows how to use Disley, and Disley's really good across the middle of the field. He's not like a Gronk where he's going to get you like 80 yards and after contact. It's going to be like Disley getting the ball and getting tackled right away, or Disley grabbing the ball across the middle of the field like he did right there and stumbling to the ground. But Disley looks pretty solid. All right, here we go. JK wipes off his face mask. A little bit of turf there. All right, here we go. McConkey in motion to the left. Herbert in the gun. Herbert snaps the ball. Herbert scrambles. Touchdown, Herbert, rushing touchdown. Nice job. Cradles the ball into the end zone like this. He's still running with it like this. He's still cradling it. That's his baby. That's his baby. Herbert rushing touchdown. Like it. I like it. Not what people wanted. That wanted a McConkey touchdown, a Disley touchdown, a J.K. Dobbins touchdown. Herbert, nice little scramble. Nice little scramble. All right, let's watch this drive, this rebuttal from Lamar Jackson. kind of feel like maybe the Ravens are gonna, like maybe they struggle. They could struggle tonight. This could be one of those games, one of those like stretches where people are like, are the Ravens, are they vulnerable? Let's see what happens. Chargers 7, Ravens 0. What say you, Baltimore? You gonna let this happen? Herbert been under the radar all year. He's definitely, especially being hurt, but now that he's a little bit more put back together, you could say. Even last year he was banged up. He's been banged up a lot. Baltimore defense is almost, what's it say? Baltimore defense is almost at the bottom, says Cap. Chargers going to beat the Ravens, maybe. I mean, it's definitely possible. For sure. In the cards. Need 5.6 points from Josh Palmer. Possible. Barkley needs to be checked. They'll probably do a steroid check today if they haven't already. That's the way they do that. You make a one-handed catch in the NFL, they're waiting for you with a cup right outside the locker room. You get your drip on, your post game fit. You start walking to the Escalade, and all of a sudden it's like, excuse me, I'm from the urinary department over at the NFL headquarters. I've got this cup. Would you mind accompanying me to the restroom, to the trough, to the stadium trough, real quick, where there's no doors? A trough I will not use, by the way. That is the most disgusting situation almost put on this planet Earth. The trough. You got to be out of your mind. Herbert is 19th ranked QB in my league settings, 12th last 4 weeks, says Dr. Whom. Yeah, I mean, he's not the number one QB in the league, but it's the thing about it is, would he be extraordinary like in Minnesota throwing to JJ? Yes, the answer is yes. Is he ever going to be a top 5 QB in Harbaugh's system? Probably not. That's just the unfortunate nature of Harbaugh's, it's defense, it's running the ball, it's efficiency, it's a QB efficiency, and you're going to see that continue. And look, Harbaugh's done good. As wild and weird as he is, he's coaching well. He's got this team going. He doesn't, I think, assemble the best team in the offseason, but he coaches it amazingly, So it's like, man, I imagine just putting Barkley on this team. Why didn't they? Why did they think they'd be okay with what they got? Like, they could have went and got the best running back in the league. Why did anybody not go get Barkley? It's absolutely insane. Billy says, again with the germs, laughing emoji. It's not germs, it's common sense, Billy. It's common sense. Using a trough or not using a trough at the stadium, that's up to you. That's common sense, buddy. That has nothing to do with germs. That has to do. Okay, in the gun, Lamar, keeper, runs for about 6. That's how you're going to get him hurt, by the way. You keep running Lamar on all these designed runs. Hey, I've got Derrick Henry, but let me just tuck it and run, for 6 and 12 and 8 and 15 yards time and time again. It's fun to watch. It's amazing. It's hard to contain. No doubt about it. But one of these days, you're going to wish you didn't call that play and dial it up. Lamar under center. Derrick in the backfield. Was that Andrews in motion? Handoff to King Henry, who musters up another 4 or 5 yards, giving them a combined 11 or so on the first 2 plays, giving them thus a first down. 8:52 left in the game. 30 seconds left on the clock here, on the play clock. 1st and 10. Ravens are 7-4. The Chargers are 7-3. This is a coaching family rivalry. Lamar again under center. King Henry in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to Henry. Rolls to the right. Throws the ball. Is that Bateman? No, Aguilar. But there's a flag on the play. Laundry has hit the field. What's the call going to be, Carl? It's going to be on the offense. Bring it back. First down. Replay first down. Tally up them yards. Walk them back. Is that a chop block? What was the call there? The attempted chop block? Because he didn't hit anybody. He went straight into the ground. All right, it's going to be first down and 25. Woo! Handoff. Is that Hill or is that King Henry? King Henry looks smaller tonight. Does anybody else think that? Does anybody else have a tough time like envisioning that's actually Derrick Henry? Is this a replica? Is this a replacement? Are we back in the simulation conversation? That doesn't look like King Henry. Even standing on the sideline talking to his coach, he looks a little smaller tonight. Lamar in the gun. Trips to the right. Lamar throws it to Andrews like it looked like he was trying to ground the ball right into Andrews. Andrews catches that, takes it for like a couple yards. Third down, third and long. Third and 20. It's going to be a tough one. Is this a Flowers shake and bake? Like almost like a screen to Flowers. Trips left or something. Hit Flowers at the line of scrimmage. Okay, trips right. Let's see. Kind of feel like it could be a screenplay a little. Almost like a... No. I mean, it was trips right. Lamar just throws it, sails it right into the sideline. It's going to be 4th and 20. Ravens not looking good on this drive. This feels like it has a little bit of that, could this be a disappointing game for the Ravens, Talking about probably a defensive deficit here that's going to be the difference maker. Ravens punt the ball away. Nice punt. Wow. Down to about the 12-yard line, out of bounds. Very, very good placement. Herbert warming up. Ready to go at it again. There is just there's just a certain vibe tonight that feels like the Chargers are going to put a smacking on the Ravens. Now that could change. I'm not oblivious to that. I think I got some super chats here. I'm sorry, guys. Just traded Addison for Collins. What do we think? I think, as much as Addison's been great, Red, that's a lambast. I'm sorry I didn't see these super chats. Brandon, appreciate you. Brandon says, Reed or Hubbard rest of year. Probably Hubbard by a hair based on what he's been doing, but I really still like Reed. I think Reactive Rodgers will run from him. I still think he's an amazing wide receiver 3. Thank you, ABC. PPR flex spot. Should I trade Dobbins for London? If you like winning, you got to take London. Now, let's see what Dobbins does tonight, but even if I had to make that call now, the guy wouldn't wait. I would take London. You're drafting London right now. Maybe after this game we feel differently, but I don't think so. I think after this game we still draft London before we draft JK, my boy. Hey, Smitty, how would you price Pickens in Dynasty? He's a head case. Talented. Top 12 potential inside this man, but he is the makings of an unraveling wide receiver. If I had to put this into a valuation or like a value, I would probably say something along the lines of like, I'm trying to get MHJ on the cheap. I'm trying to get Neighbors on the cheap. I'm not saying you can get rid of Pickens straight up for him, but I bet you Pickens and a piece. I bet you draft capital and Pickens can get you a deal done. I really don't know that I want to get rid of Pickens straight up 1-for-1 because he's complicated and he's doubted. So you're kind of putting yourself in a bind trying to ask somebody to bank on Pickens. You got to diversify the risk and say, how about these two players, one of them being Pickens for your one player, or your two players, you can do it 2-for-2. But I think it's really, really risky business to be trying to trade Pickens alone. I think you want to confuse and muddy the trade waters by including something. Love the talent, but he's too much of a risk. Yeah, was offered Penix in a 1.9 in a 13-team 1 QB league. I don't think that's enough. If it was 2 QB, I'd take it, but in a 1 QB, oh, Herbert trying to get out of a sack. That was close. Looked like he was running in mud. He was getting caught up. Feet were getting grabbed left and right. He couldn't slip out of there. Looked like he just needed to kind of muster up a little strength there to get out of there, but he got pulled down pretty quickly. 6:09 left in the first quarter. I want more. I want more, my broski. That's not enough. I would take like a top 4 pick easy. But 1.9, I don't know. My current QBs are Jaden Daniels, Russell Wilson. Okay. This must pertain to the other super chat that I have sitting here. And it does. Vladimir. 4 Superflex trade away CMC for Bo Nix. Yeah, in a Superflex dynasty, you have to do that. If it's not dynasty, you got Russell Wilson and Jaden Daniels. Well, you'd have Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix, bro. Bo Nix is the real deal, and CMC's got no long-term value. Even if this wasn't dynasty, if it was a redraft Superflex, you really have to think about this. I guess I would roll with Russell Wilson and Christian McCaffrey in redraft. Maybe not. Yeah, probably. But if it's dynasty or keeper, bro, you got to go Nix all day. First down strike to Lab McConkey, right? Wow. Third and, what was that, 15? Nice job. Nice job, Herbert. Threading the needle on that one. I like it. Calvin with the $5. Hey, Smitty, wish me luck. 2760 entries in the big eliminator on Underdog. Still in it with 36 entries left after tonight. 50K to the winner. That's awesome, bro. That's fantastic. Nice job. I'll have to take a look at the eliminator. I don't know that I have. I don't know if I'm in the eliminator still. I'm going to pull it up. Eliminator, Resurrection. But good luck, my broski. Proud of you. I have so many entries here. I don't even know where to find it. Big board. Little big board. Good job, Calvin. 50K to the winner. That's awesome, bro. Congrats. All right. This is the last series here, and then I'm out of here, and I'll be back for the wrap-up show. Herbert in the gun. Throws that sucker to J.K. Dobbins. It is 1st and 20. J.K. gets a handful of yards. Makes us about second and what, like 10, 11, something like that. We'll see where they mark it. 2nd and 9. Nice spot. Hamilton looks confused. Calvin to the moon, bro. Herbert in the gun again. Pitch to JK to the left. Little sweep action. Goes for a couple yards and gets hit. So it's going to be third down and about 4 or 5. Looks like they're going to give him, 5 yards. Third and 5. All right, here we go. In the gun, 5 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Herbert's gonna, looks like he's gonna audible something here. Scrambling. First, oh no, incomplete. Nice coverage there, pal. That was kind of a drop, you could say. Was that Rieger? Damn Rieger. Remember how excited people were for him? Rieger's going to be a good player. Let's draft him before JJ. Oh, offsides. Is that on the Chargers, though? If not, that's first down. Here's offense. Move them back. Fourth and 10. Definitely not a fake coming now. Yeah, Aguilar versus Rieger. All right, punted away. Another decent punt. About the 32-yard line. All right, guys, I'll see you after the show. Appreciate you all. Live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Like this show right here, but whenever there's games, we do tend to end them and go live right after. I'll see you all after the show, or after the game. Peace out. Oh, and don't forget, anybody that may have missed the waiver wire Week 13 show last night, here's the board. Pause that, screenshot it, do what you got. Do what you got to do. Don't forget to get on over to the Patreon. That's where we chat when games are going on live. It's the live chat community right there. I just threw the link in the description. Or sorry, in the live chat. The pin link is for Underdog. Play the Week 13 hires and draft at Week 13. Battle Royale team. See you all tonight.